Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at 6 starts now.
A local senior citizen hit with a deadly force by a car in his own yard. The driver just kept going, and tonight there's a growing effort to find the person responsible. A day of yard work quickly turned to tragedy at a home in Plymouth Township.
Warren Flagg was raking leaves near Beck Road when the car hit him and the driver did not stop. Jacqueline Francis has been talking with family members. They can't believe Warren is gone. Jacqueline.
Devin and Kimberly, it was just starting to get dark out like it is now when tragedy struck. Warren Flagg's wife was riding in on this lawnmower when she turned around and realized her husband was gone. Also gone, the driver who hit him.
I told him he gets to take me out for our 11th wedding anniversary, and by gosh, he's not going to get out of it.
But instead, this November 11th, on their 11th wedding anniversary, friends and family will gather for his memorial. 79-year-old Warren Flagg and his wife Julie were wrapping up a day of yard work Sunday outside their home on Beck Road in Plymouth when tragedy struck. Warren was by the road raking leaves.
We were finishing our day, and they hit him so hard, they killed him. There was no saving him.
The driver took off.
He died in my arms. I got to kiss him goodbye.
His 3 kids and grandkids devastated, desperate to find the driver responsible.
Our goal is to find that driver. And accidents happen, 100%, I understand that. But he left, she left, whoever it was left, it becomes murder.
Police are looking for a 2007 to 2010 Pontiac Solstice with damage to the front passenger side. The color of the car isn't known.
A friend of my heart and the one who means the world to me. Happy anniversary. Love, Warren. I had a beautiful 11 years and was looking forward to another 11, and someone irresponsibly took that away from me, took that away from his family.
A local company, Sure Conveyors, is offering a $1,000 reward for any information that leads to the arrest of the driver responsible. Any tips can be directed to Plymouth Township Police. Reporting live tonight in Plymouth Township, Jacqueline Francis, Local 4.
Let's hope the tips start pouring in. All right, Jacqueline.
Oakland County Sheriff's deputies are looking for the driver in another deadly hit and run. This one happening on M59. Happened over the weekend near Adams Road. The accident left one woman dead. Her boyfriend is facing charges, but investigators still need to find the driver of another vehicle. Deputies say 3 people were riding in a vehicle on M59 in Rochester Hills very early Saturday morning. They say 41-year-old Kyle Rasmussen tried to grab the steering wheel and choke the driver. Rasmussen is now facing assault charges. His 30-year-old girlfriend tried to run from the vehicle, was hit by another car, and died from her injuries. Deputies are now looking for an Audi Q7 SUV. The color is unknown, but it should have front-end damage.
The death of a child due to RSV prompts a warning from local health experts. We're told a 6-year-old boy from Macomb County passed away at Troy Beaumont Hospital due to complications from RSV. Cases of the respiratory virus continue to surge all over the country. The Oakland County Health Division is urging everyone with cold symptoms to limit their interactions with children at high risk for severe RSV. And those would include premature babies, children with weakened immune systems, and children under the age of 2 with chronic lung or heart conditions.
The Federal Reserve announcing its toughest policy move since the 1980s. It's another interest rate hike, the 4th in a row, in an effort to cool down inflation. The goal, more short-term pain in hopes of long-term gain. Amid a rebound in the economy, a hot labor market, and mortgage rates topping 7% for the first time since 2002, the Federal Reserve announcing a historic interest rate hike today, pushing up the cost of borrowing even further.
My colleagues and I are acutely aware that high inflation imposes significant hardship as it erodes purchasing power, especially for those least able to meet the higher costs of essentials like food, housing, and transportation.
The decision of a 4th consecutive hike of 0.75 percentage point is intended to keep the economy from overheating or cooling too dramatically and tame inflation.
They'll raise the rate another 0.25 point, and then I think they'll stop and pause take a look around because they know that it takes a while for all these interest rate hikes to affect the economy and to slow inflation.
The interest rate hike will likely deepen the economic pain for millions of Americans at the same time as the average 30-year fixed mortgage rate is topping 7%.
Housing's going to struggle here over the next 12, 18 months, and I do expect some meaningful price declines.
A silver lining in the midst of all this, the job market that remains tight. But for consumers, the advice is to just hold on.
If you are not able to bring your wages up, then you need to consume because basically your purchasing power is going down the line.
And by the way, this isn't just happening in the United States. The European Central Bank is raising rates at the fastest pace in the history of the euro currency. And the Bank of England is expected to announce a new rate hike as soon as tomorrow.
Well, how much oversight should our lawmakers have once they are in office? How long should they remain lawmakers once they're elected? Those are the questions, among others, posed by voters or posed to voters by Proposal 1.
But what would it mean if Prop 1 passed? Our Grant Herms joins us now with his latest breakdown of the big issues on the ballot. Grant.
Hey there. So this proposal has been largely overshadowed by the other big issues, but Prop 1 would mean a new kind of oversight of the people who represent us and for how long they get to keep that job.
Proposition 1 is a blending of two hot-button ideas when it comes to being a watchdog on our politicians: transparency and term limits. For starters, it would make lawmakers in the legislature and executive branch, including the governor, lieutenant governor, secretary of state, and attorney general, file public financial disclosures starting in 2024. So that's income, gifts, travel reimbursement, and future employment agreements. We'll get to more on that last one in a second. They would also have to disclose any positions they hold that aren't in religious, social, or political organizations. Michigan is currently one of the least transparent states in the country. In a 2015 study, Michigan was ranked dead last. It's also one of two states that exempts the governor and legislature from public records requests, and most political scientists agree more transparency is better.
Now, the second part is more controversial. Term limits. Passing Prop 1 would mean lowering the number of years someone could serve in office in Michigan to just 12 years, but it would expand the combination they could serve in the House or the Senate.
But unlike transparency, most political scientists agreed term limits are less clearly good for governing. Wayne State professor Marjorie Sarbaugh Thompson, who's done some of the country's most in-depth work on term limits, spending decades studying their effects, had this to say.
A lot of people would argue that it weakens the legislature and strengthens the executive branch. Other people would argue that it weakens government in general.
Michigan is one of 15 states with term limits and already has the strictest term limit laws in the country. When they were passed in 1992, the idea was there would be fewer career politicians and it would lessen the power of lobbyists in Lansing. Instead, the opposite is true. Sarbaugh Thompson says new lawmakers often know less about most issues, so they rely on lobbyists more, and they don't have time to make friends across the aisle. She says Prop 1 could actually help, not hurt, those problems.
So I don't think it's a bad thing necessarily to have some expectation of turnover, and term limits insist on it. But when it's so short, you just have this revolving door, and what we're getting is a revolving door where people become a legislator and then become a lobbyist.
No matter how you vote, Prop 1 is all about oversight of lawmakers outside the voting booth.
Now, this is the last of our looks at the statewide proposals, but if you missed our breakdowns of proposals 2 and 3, those are now part of our voter guide. clickondetroit.com. It's got all those explainers, plus what you need to know about the races in your area and what you need to know before those votes get counted. Devin?
Grant, and by the way, if you are voting absentee and you have not yet sent in that ballot, do not put it in the mail. Now that we've arrived at Wednesday, inside a week, we're now past the point when the Postal Service can ensure that it will be delivered on time. So you'll need to drop off your ballot at your local clerk's office or a secure local drop box, and you've got until 8 p.m. on Election Day to do that.
Well, it's getting darker a lot earlier these days, but we did see a lot of beautiful sunshine and a beautiful sunset there today.
We just couldn't ask for better here at the beginning of November, though it will be darker earlier next week, Kim.
I was just thinking that by this same time next week, it'll be dark. Sunsets tonight, 6:23, and it is just a beautiful one, as it was last night. Same thing with just clear skies. It's gorgeous, but next week it will be dark at about 5:30. 63 degrees in Detroit, 65 in House, 64 in Pontiac, and low 60s in Adrian. That's about the story everywhere you go. We did not make it to 70 today, but we will by Friday as a warm-up is headed our way. There are some clouds down to our south. Those are not going to affect us here in Metro Detroit. The evening planner tonight looks like a good one if you can get out and, I don't know, hit some golf balls or play some tennis, walk the dog, whatever you want to do. It's going to be really nice. Now, once the sun does set, though, it gets cold. I guess you don't have time, do you? You got 15 minutes to go hit those golf balls, right? I forgot what time it was. All right, listen, we'll look at the weekend forecast. There's a little change to it coming up in a few minutes. I'm always ready for golf. There is the best way to keep track of our weather here is to download the Forewarn Weather app. Just go to your favorite app store, type in WDIV, put in your city, and you will be plugged into one of the best weather apps there is, the Forewarn Weather app. Download it today.